Howdy guys, Skip here and welcome back to yet another Pokemon strategy guide. In this episode, we will be covering the legendary Pokemon, Dialga. The reason we're covering Dialga today is because Game Freak will be distributing legendary Pokemon every month of 2018, and the legendaries for February are Dialga for Moon and Ultra Moon, as well as Palkia for Sun and Ultra Sun. So, be sure to head over to your local GameStop to get your legendary codes for February. Now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at Dialga on Cerebi. Dialga has a Dragon Steel typing, which means a whopping 9 resistances, as well as an immunity to poison. Dialga only has 2 weaknesses in fighting and ground, and pretty impressive bulk when it comes down to stats. But it also has a fantastic base 150 special attack, so now that we know that Dialga can take a hit and pack a punch, let's get into the showdown sets. I gave the first set Draco Meteor plus Dragonium Z to allow Dialga to release a super powered Draco Nuke without having to worry about a special attack drop. But you can replace the Z Crystal with a Shuca Berry or Leftovers if you have another Pokemon on your team that needs the Z move more than Dialga. I also gave this set Flash Cannon to provide Dialga another special stab attack, as well as punish any fairies that may try switching in to block a Draco Meteor. I gave Dialga Ice Beam for its third move since there are a lot of Ubermons weak to Ice, but you can also sub in Earth Power if Steel types are giving you trouble. The final move for the set is Stealth Rock, which allows Dialga to function as a solid lead and punish opponents who like to switch. This specific EV spread in nature allows for maximum damage output while still retaining solid bulk. The second Dialga is a Scarf set because Dialga's speed isn't the best, but it's still very usable. I gave this Dialga the same moveset as the first one, but this time with both Ice Beam and Earth Power, making Dialga extremely difficult to wall. This specific EV spread in nature work in conjunction with the Scarf to allow Dialga to outspeed anything with 151 base speed or lower, as well as any Scarfed Mons with 85 base speed or lower. This means that Dialga can outspeed Pheromosa and Okoa with Flash Cannon, which is a very good thing since Pheromosa can threaten Dialga with a super effective stab boosted high jump kick. Dialga number 3 has the moves Rest and Sleep Talk to grant a reliable form of recovery while still allowing Dialga to be useful while asleep. It also has the move Bulk Up to increase attack and defense in addition to Outrage for whittling down the opposing team. The upside of running Outrage on a Rest set is the ability to sleep off the confusion that follows Outrage. This specific EV spread in nature allows Dialga to have maximum bulk and special defense and HP, while increasing its physical defense and attack with Bulk Up. You could also run this set with a Calm Nature while substituting Outrage with Roar of Time and Bulk Up for Iron Defense, but either way, you won't want to switch this thing in if your opponent has a Fairy type in play. Not unless you're up for swapping Sleep Talk with a Steel type attack and replacing Dialga's Leftovers with a Chesto Berry. So now that we have all of these sets out of the way, let's get into viable teammates for Dialga. All 3 of these Pokemon were picked to be able to freely switch into ground and fighting types that threaten Dialga and dispose of them. You probably shouldn't have all 3 of these Pokemon on the same team as Dialga, but I'd recommend bringing at least one of them if you want to use Dialga to its fullest potential. The first mon on the list is Shaymin-Sky form, and the reason this Pokemon is such a good pairing with Dialga is because Shaymin can hit the fighting types Dialga struggles against super effectively with Stab Air Slash, in addition to hitting the ground types Dialga struggles against super effectively with Stab Seed Flare. I also gave Shaymin Earth Power to deal with any Steel types that may wall Dialga. I have Synthesis as the last move to allow Shaymin to heal any Life Orb damage or resisted hits it may sustain. Just don't let this guy take any super effective attacks because he isn't all that bulky. This EV investment allows Shaymin to be as nimble as possible while still hitting hard. Another partner option is Lugia, and like Shaymin, Lugia can hit fighting types super effectively with Stab Aeroblast. It can also hit ground types super effectively with Ice Beam. But unlike Shaymin, Lugia can take a fair amount of punishment. Lugia has Toxic for stalling out bulkier Pokemon and Roost to recover lost health and restore its Multiscale ability. This EV investment allows Lugia to be as fast as possible while still sustaining reliable bulk. Our final companion candidate is Mega Salamence, and like the other 2, Salamence can obliterate fighting types with Aeroblast Double Edge and clean up ground types with Aqua Tail. However, Salamence also gets a free Intimidate when it switches in, thus encouraging the opponent to switch out and gives Salamence the opportunity to Mega Evolve and Dragon Dance. And that's when Salamence gets really scary. Salamence also has access to Roost to shrug off any recoil damage it may receive from Double Edge. This EV spread in nature allows Salamence to outspeed base 110 speed Pokemon, which means that Scarfed Latios won't be able to revenge kill Salamence after it Dragon Dances. And that wraps up all the sets we have for today. I'll try to get a Palkia guide out later this week. I'd like to give a huge thanks to everyone who made it to the end of the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and would like to show your support for the channel, and consider subscribing if you're interested in seeing more content from me in the future. Adios.